Are you ready, or are we gonna do this?
Yes. I'm coming.
All right.
Okay,
What
hold on.
the what are you why is my
Hold on? Did you talk about? Well, hold on. Did you
I'm like,
talk about today's topic?
no, I literally just started the camera.
What? Okay, we're talking about the kind of the review of Mavenclad so far. It's been a crazy week, so stay tuned for that one.
Why do you have my brush on you?
Oh,
What is this? What's going on here?
you guys are gonna love this. This is okay. So the Mavenclad has been. I'm not gonna say rough, but though there have been some rough moments, we're gonna talk about that, right? And
Yeah.
so I thought, how can we make life easier? I'm going to move in a little bit here. How can we make life easier with MS? And then, you know what gave me inspiration is I sat up, I made some cereal the other day, and then I went to the table, I put the cereal on the table in the bowl, of course, and I realized I didn't have the spoon. So then I had to get up again and go get the spoon. And when I was on the Mavenclad, I was like super fatigued. I'm like, oh my God, I I'm just so out of energy, and my brain wasn't working, and I kept forgetting things. And I thought, why do we have to go get everything when we can have everything with us? So this is my MS utility vest.
But
Let me walk you through this. Let me walk you through this. This is brilliant.
no.
This is no one's thought of this. No one's thought of this. Okay, so we have MS. We don't want to spend energy where we don't have to spend energy. So as we go through our day, we carry the stuff on us that we need so we don't have to go get it. It's all about energy conservation. Let
Uh,
me show you some of the features. Now, of
okay,
course,
you don't have hair. Why do you have a brush?
I can pretend. Look.
Oh,
Okay, fine. Okay. But okay, so then we have a solar powered battery backup that you can charge your phone with. Okay.
but it has to be in the sun.
Details. Okay, hold on. She doesn't get the brilliance yet. It's okay, folks. I'm commonly misunderstood. What is this? Oh, this is brilliant. It is a spoon.
Okay.
Okay, so now I have my spoon on me. It's
Yeah.
a win for the day right there. And also, I could let somebody else use my spoon if I wanted to, if they were qualified to operate this spoon. Go ahead, give it a shot.
Thermos spoon for Kevin's thermos.
Me. It's brilliant.
He's probably wondering where that is right about it.
Yeah, he's going to have to eat his lunch primitive style. Okay, sorry, Gavin. You'll figure it out. Okay, and then we have tape, right?
Well, you always have
You,
tape.
you
Yeah.
always need tape.
I guess.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then a couple of zip ties, and
Why?
you never know,
What are
right?
you gonna do with zip ties?
But if I had to get the zip ties, I'd have to go all the way out in the garage and get them. Now I have them on me.
Oh my gosh.
And here's something really the world doesn't know my brilliance. It's
What is this?
amazing. A thermometer?
What? For the house. That's a house thermometer.
Yes, but it's also telling me how hot it is in here. So if I'm starting to feel a little fatigued, is it heat related? Is it food related? Is it MS related? But now I can eliminate one variable, right? Like I know it's 71 degrees in here and I'm good. I also happen to know it's 70 degrees outside.
Oh my gosh.
Brilliant. The only restriction is you have to stay within distance of the outside thermometer. So I can't really leave the house with my thermometer, or they'll be
Right.
inaccurate.
Right. Okay.
Okay, almost. We're getting through there. Okay, and a stapler. Everybody needs a stapler.
Why?
Why not? I think that's the question.
What are you going to be stapling as you're resting?
True or false? Gavin had additional pages for his homework yesterday
Yes.
that needed to be.
Stapled.
Did we have a?
Stapler, but it wasn't on you.
But now it is. She's starting to see it. She's starting to get it. Okay.
Okay.
Bam.
Oh gosh.
Tape measure.
I feel like
Every guy needs a tape measure.
nothing to do with dealing with multiple sclerosis. This has everything to deal with your weird neurosis.
And she's saying, and of course, I
What?
don't really know why I put that in there, but I've got lunch if we need it. We are good. I've got this. Okay. There's a lot the matter with him.
No, that's not a cucumber. That's a zucchini in your pocket.
And I am happy to see you. Okay. So that is my MS utility vest. What would you put in your MS utility vest? What? What? Hey, and it's high visibility, so if I'm walking down the street, people can see me.
Okay, this is hilarious. I mean, like, I don't see any of the things that you actually use, like the ginger chews should be in here, and maybe some electrolytes and
I forgot those.
all the comfort things.
I'm gonna need more pockets.
Yes.
We're gonna work on that.
And I'm just gonna say the fashion of it is not great.
Rarely do fashion and function have a common nexus, especially in our world.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Speaking of fashion,
speaking
Andrew's
of
got new
fashion,
shirts.
I am
MS.
speaking of fashion, I am sponsoring this video with our new merch shop called Cure with Comedy, and we make comedic, awesome t-shirts and other merch too to help spread awareness for MS.
Yeah.
And I am really enjoying, and so are our friends and family who we launched to initially. I'm really enjoying the Halloween fall themed ones that we have. Like you have the Boo to MS, and I have the MS the real witch. Pumpkin spice and a cure for MS would be nice. And we have a bunch of other ones. We'll link the shop below. We also have a special promotion going for your channel viewers. So if you use the code Cliff5, the number 5, you get $5 off until September 25th. And that is $5 off of any $20 or up purchase.
Okay, so I can link that in the description below.
Link below,
Okay.
and you'll have everything that you need to go and shop all of our awesome merch and support us in our journey to spread more awareness for MS.
Yeah. Well, thank you, sponsor.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, Andrea's put a ton of work into that shop and those designs. Those are all her designs, and they're really, really cool. So thank you for doing that. I love it.
Absolutely. I love it too.
She sits over here and works on her computer and comes up with designs and giggles the whole time. And I'm like, she's like, she's clearly having a good time with it, which is awesome.
Okay, I mean, like, there's nothing to me that's like more fun than spreading awareness with a bit of laughter.
Yeah.
And so already like friends and family are saying that people are complimenting them on their shirts and saying how like it's sparking conversations about MS. So I'm like jazzed about the potential for this.
Yeah, I think they're awesome.
Yeah.
And obviously I have a vested interest in it, but I do get a lot of compliments on my silly shirts.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, "Oh my gosh!" I have, of course, people come up to me in the store and say, "Oh yeah, my mom has MS," or "I have a cousin that has MS." Thankfully, no one has said, "Oh yeah, and they died." They haven't
That
said
has happened
that.
before.
That has happened. We talked
Yeah.
about that in other episodes. Anyway, we're going to move on because this episode is to catch everybody up with the Mavenclad adventures. I am now. Can you hand me my box right there? It's that one right there.
This one?
Yep. Thank you. Okay, so this is week 2, year 1, and it's green. The first one is like orange. It's like an MS ribbon orange kind of thing.
Yeah.
This one is green. The dosing is a little bit different. It's what I consider probably a little less aggressive. The first day is 2 pills. The second day is 2 pills. The third is 1. The fourth is 1, and the fifth is 1. Okay, so let's talk about this because you have been here in the trenches with me. I would say this dosing regimen went very different than the last one, or slightly.
Can we talk about the
Can I move that in for you?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think we should talk about the in between the doses because something very interesting happened. I'm not sure we were totally expecting it, but had you not been on Ocrevus and Kesimpta beforehand, I think we would have been very surprised by this.
That's a good point.
So what I'm talking about is what I believe he experienced was a crap gap between dosage of this. And what that looks like for him is like, it looks like he has the flu, like the really worst flu, just cannot function for like 4 or 5 days leading up to your first dose of the second
So
round.
last week.
Yeah, last week was just like, holy crap, like this guy is down. Like
Yeah.
he was totally out. He was down and totally out, nauseous, fatigued. I mean, like look at his last video. He looked horrible. I mean, I say that with love.
Yes.
Say that with
Yes.
love.
Honey, you're hideous.
You, you looked like a zombie. And
So
and he
terrible.
felt terrible. And it's interesting because I mean, you look great today.
How do I?
You do. You look very, very dapper.
Thank you.
You look great today, but man, last week you look like death warmed over, and it was just I could tell it was very, very rough.
It was tough, and I was actually thinking. So I was still feeling that way up until Sunday, and I had to start the next dose on Monday.
Hmm.
It's last Monday, and I was thinking, how in the heck am I going to get through Monday when I take this next dose of 2 pills? If it makes me feel worse than I already feel, but I thought
Right,
I just got to get through it. Obviously, this is going to be hard. Um, and it was bad. It was not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. I still felt like death warmed over.
right.
Now, it's not from what I know, it's not a crap gap. What happened there was not a crap gap
Oh,
in a
interesting.
traditional sense, because from the research that I've done and from talking with my doctor, the effects of Mavenclad don't actually happen until probably mid-October for me. Like
Oh, okay.
it takes like 2 to 3 months from the first dosing for it to kill off or deactivate those cells that it's targeting.
Oh.
And that's when the immune system is very, very sensitive because it's very weak.
Mm-hmm.
And this is an IRT drug. It is,
What's that mean?
oh, I forgot what it means, but it basically means
Immuno
re-
replacement?
reconstitution,
Oh, okay.
reconciliation, or something. Anyway,
Okay.
I'll put it in the description below.
Yeah.
Therapy, whereas like the other DMTs kind of attenuate, which is to mute certain cells.
Mm-hmm.
This is a carpet bomb of those cells, and your immune system is supposed to rebuild those cells from scratch.
Okay.
So it's instead of just like putting band-aids on the problem, you're just replacing the part.
Okay. Yeah.
It's kind of the idea.
So wait, are you saying that last week was just a mess?
I think it was just
Oh
MS.
my
And here's
gosh.
what I
Yeah.
didn't tell you, and I didn't do this for a reason because she's going to really get on me for this because I can't help myself, okay? I've got issues. So we have the MS bike ride coming up on Saturday, right?
Yes.
And these are people I talk to all the time. They're in my support group. I really enjoy being around them. A lot of them, when we do this ride, like to do 50, 75, 100 miles,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And that's where I used to be before my MS got really
Well, and
bad.
you were using your electric bike.
Yes. Yes, I
Yeah.
was using my electric bike. And so I wanted, this is off topic, slightly off topic. I built another bike recently, a normal pedal bike,
Hmm.
a budget bike, which you know about,
Hmm.
because I want to like show people you don't need to spend thousands of dollars to get out and get some exercise. I didn't want to spend like more than $500 and whatever. That's a whole nother video for another time. But as I got into it, I thought, wouldn't it be cool if I could do this, the shortest route, which is 25 miles on this
Right.
budget bike. The problem is the timing lined up with my Mavenclad, in terms of like I'm having to do my Mavenclad up until Friday
Right. Yeah.
of this week, and then the ride is on Saturday. So I thought she's going to kill me for this.
Oh gosh.
I thought, wouldn't it be good if I just train a little bit harder so that I can make up for what I think the Mavenclad's going to do to me? And so for the last few weeks in secret, I've been training a little bit harder, and I think I've been pushing my limits, beyond my limits.
Oh, so you're saying that you may have triggered a flare because you were pushing your body too hard on your exercise trainer.
I think, and we know,
Oh,
we
man.
know that like exercise is a form of stress, which is why it makes us stronger, right? But
Yeah.
we know what stress does with MS.
Oh my
And I
gosh.
know based on my history that when I overdo it, which is easy for me to do,
Yeah.
because I get in the zone and I just go for it, and it's really hard for me to regulate it. When I overdo it, I pay for it. And what I suspect happened,
Oh
and I
my
cannot believe
gosh.
I'm admitting this because she's gonna be like, "You idiot! You can't believe you did this," because a lot has been on her. Well, in the last week, it's been difficult for us because I've been really, really limited in what I can do. I think what happened in to train for this MS bike ride, I just overdid it, and I don't. But I learned something. I'm actually a lot more sensitive than I thought I was
To exercise?
to exercise.
Yeah.
Like it has gotten to a point to where I have to be very careful how aggressively I exercise. And I didn't realize that until last week. And I didn't want to say anything because I'm like, maybe it's just MS. And it could have been just MS. That's the problem with this disease, right? It could have been, but I did see a I did see a correlation there and a causation. And I'm gonna admit this now. She's gonna kill me. Yesterday, when you where did you go yesterday? You went somewhere for like an hour and a half. You went to the picnic, to the third grade picnic,
Yes.
because I couldn't go because we were afraid I would overdo it and I would uh be exposed to a lot of germs, third grade stuff.
Oh no.
I got on my trainer and I rode 25 miles.
Okay.
I feel okay today. But I didn't overdo it. I didn't ride 35 miles and I didn't really get my heart rate up. I just kind of cruised along and I promised myself if I started breaking a sweat or pushing my heart rate too high that I would really back off or just stop altogether. So is there something related to overtraining the week before? Maybe, maybe not. It could have just been a bad MS week. Is it related to the Mavenclad? Maybe, maybe not.
I mean, like,
We don't know.
I kind of knew that you were overdoing it, but I didn't want to be like a mom that's like, you shouldn't be. And first up, you're a certified personal trainer in multiple sclerosis specifically. And I kind of figured you're a grown ass man that could figure it.
And that's the problem. Like, I'm in the trenches, right? Like, I do really well at helping other people not overdo it, but I'm really bad at not overdoing it myself. You know me, like, I
I do.
can't help myself. Like,
And I don't want to tell you not to do a thing because then I become your mom.
yeah, yeah, and you don't, and I, yeah, no, that,
Yeah.
yeah, and I appreciate that. At the same time, like, it's like I said to Gavin yesterday when he said, "Dad, are you going to come to the third grade picnic?" And I said, "Gavin, it's up to your mom because if I'm wiped out from that for the rest of the day, the rest of the day is all on you, which is
Yeah.
completely unfair
Well, yeah. I
because
mean,
I made a choice, right?"
yeah.
And so I left it up to Andrea. I said, "Why don't you tell Gavin if I can go or not based on your energy level?" And you were wiped out yesterday from the
Yeah.
week before.
Yeah.
And so you're like, "No, I don't need you to be completely just zonked out for the rest of the day. So
Yeah.
please don't go." So I said, "Okay, I won't go. I'll stay home," which I really wanted to go because I love hanging out with Gavin and his friends. They're just super cool kids. But
Yeah.
I found myself on the bike. It was my last day of like working myself up. And I told the people, I don't know if I'm going to be able to ride on Saturday or not. I don't know how I'm going to feel that day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And luckily, it's an MS ride. Like a lot of us are in the same boat. But everybody's like, "Are you doing 50 miles? We're gonna have a great time. You doing 70 miles?" I'm like, "But I don't even know if I can do 10 miles
Yeah. Or even show up.
or even show up." It's
'Cause
a crapshoot.
it's in the morning. You don't do mornings well. Yeah.
I get up early. I get up at 6, but it
Yeah.
takes me until about 9 before my body's like, "Okay, we can actually like
Function
function
a
today
little bit,
a
maybe.
little bit."
Who
And
knows?
who knows? So
Yeah.
so anyway, that's what happened. Now, speaking on that. speaking about that, let's talk about some of the side effects. Now, these are the most common side effects that were reported from the studies I found. And there's two different sets of side effects. There's the clinical side effects in the studies,
Mhm.
and then there are the patient-reported side effects. And the clinical, this one's short. The clinical side effects were like respiratory infections, right?
Yeah.
And down the line, during that 2 to 3 months that the immune system's at its lowest point, usually cold sores, evidence of the herpes virus usually
Okay.
shows up in oral format of some
Okay.
type. But we don't care about that because that's nothing we can't do anything about that. But we want to talk about the patient reported side effects because that's who we care about, right?
Yeah.
Right. And so I've got a list here, and I want to see if like they line up with what I experienced and what you saw.
What I observed,
Okay,
especially if you forgot, because like you'll say something and then you'll forget that it happened.
right.
It happens so much with him. Like he'll be like, "Oh, I really feel like crap today," and then like later on in the day, you'll be like, "Wow, I feel great," and I'm like, "But you."
It's
And he just
terrible.
forgets, and that's why it's like writing it down is really important.
That's
Anyway,
a really good point.
yeah,
And on that point,
yeah,
so Sunday I was dreadfully ill. Like I felt
yeah,
terrible. And I couldn't do anything. You guys went out and did your thing. I just like would get up for an hour, do something, and then lay in bed for an hour, and then
hmm
get up for an hour and do something because I was just like going crazy being stuck in bed all day, especially since the weather was okay. It was a little hot, but it was okay. So I was like decorating for Halloween and then laying down for an hour. And I
so
was
cute.
so freaking
I know.
nauseous and so dizzy.
Yeah,
And I thought maybe I should call the doctors about this, but then I read the side effects from the patients and seems pretty par for the course for this thing,
right.
right? But then again, it could just be a mess. But then by 6 p.m., I was fine.
Yeah,
It just all evaporated and I felt fine, which sucked because I had a ton of energy and it was like 2 hours from when I finally tried to go to sleep.
yeah.
So then I find myself up all night because I didn't get to do anything the day before or during the day and wear my energy out a little bit. So, okay, let's hop into these side
Okay.
effects. Okay, so headache.
Well, yeah, you were complaining of headaches the
Yeah,
whole time.
yeah, the headaches were bad last week
And yesterday
and yesterday
and the day before.
and the day before. So
Mhm.
when I took the Mavenclad on Monday for the first dose of the second
Week.
week,
Yeah.
the headache was pretty gnarly. And a
Yeah.
lot of people on my channel that have been through this process said, drink the electrolytes, do your thing.
Mhm.
And I did, and that really helped. But what really took it over the top was as soon as I could, which was 3 hours after after the Mavenclad, because you can't take any kind of medication
Right.
between any. You can eat, but you can't take any kind of medication for 3 hours before, 3 hours after. I took. You gave me two Tylenol.
Mhm.
Was it Tylenol?
Yeah, it was Tylenol.
That helped tremendously. And
Interesting.
until I could hit that 3 hour mark, drinking electrolytes really seemed to assist. It didn't get
Mhm.
rid of it, but the Tylenol helped. So headache, it's a thing, and it's the number one commonly complained about thing for people that take Mavenclad.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say it was a horrible headache. It wasn't like a migraine. It was more like just like this constant gnawing.
Mm.
And it was more in like the center of the head instead of in the front. So like not a sinus headache, but like this just like
But it prevented you from doing like life.
it was definitely
Yeah.
like I can't even imagine. There's no way I could have driven to like work that morning. Like
Yeah.
if I had to like commute, it would
Yeah.
not have been responsible. So yeah, it was a little gnarly. However, I talked to my nurse that's given to me from Mavenclad and she from the manufacturer, and she basically said, a lot of people take these prophylactic drugs before they take the
Yeah.
Mavenclad because they have that 6 hour window they can't do anything.
Yeah.
So they might take Tylenol before, or they might take Zofran for the nausea
Right.
and all that stuff. Um, I didn't know I had Zofran. I didn't know I didn't take
Yeah,
it.
you forgot.
Yeah, I forgot. And so I was just I was super nauseous and I was eating the ginger juice, which would help.
Those ginger chews. I mean, those are a lifesaver.
They
I
are.
swear. Like they work for me, they work for Gavin, they work for you. Like it's just like this blanket of goodness.
Yeah, they're
Uh,
really, really effective.
yeah, they really are.
And I mean, I had to eat three of them in like 6 hours, but big deal. They're little
Yeah.
tiny things. They're not bad. I think they're kind of tasty. They're fun. They stick to my teeth. I don't know, they stick to your teeth?
Oh yeah,
Okay. All right. Um, sorry.
it's okay.
So secondly was the nausea. We just talked about that.
Nausea.
Number three is the fatigue. Okay, now I was definitely very fatigued, but more fatigued than normal. It's kind of hard to tell.
Okay, so here's how I can tell when you're more fatigued. It's not like that you're complaining about fatigue. I feel like you're always fatigued, right? Like you're just always fatigued no matter what. But a really extreme fatigue is when your face starts to droop and your skin turns peaked. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like your skin, you go a little bit whiter than you normally are, and like one eye droops a little bit more.
Totally
And
different.
yeah, and like you definitely, I'm like, whoa, like,
I look like Quasimodo
yeah.
or what's that guy from the Goonies?
Oh yeah, chunk.
Chunk, yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah,
That's when I can tell like it's beyond fatigue.
yeah. You call it the 1,000-yard stare with the like
Yeah.
the chunk eye or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty gross. It's hard.
Yeah.
But then is that when you ask me to like go lay down?
Yeah. Yeah, that's when I'm like, okay, now I need to tell you what to do because like I think you're so fatigued, like you've gotten past the point where you even know where you are, and like what you're supposed to be, like what's best for you in the moment. And that's when I'm like, okay, go lay down. I'll bring you some water, and we'll like just sort of wrap you up and make you relax. But I really do think that he gets into this moment where he doesn't know where he is and he doesn't know what's going on, and it's just like he's not capable of really making decisions, I think.
Yeah, I'm kind of I kind of slip into survival mode.
Yeah, for sure. Like you'll walk into a room and you're like, I don't know why I'm here,
Yeah,
and I'm like, okay, we are beyond fatigue. Like we are in a place where this needs to be triaged almost.
right.
It's like, okay, like nurse hat goes on. Let's like get you into like the most comfortable state we can get you into and just try and roll through this.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. So fatigue. Would you say it was more pronounced?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
after 20 years of knowing me and after 6 years of dealing with my MS with me, you would say that the
Yeah.
fatigue was definitely more pronounced during this Mavenclad last month than normal.
Yeah. And I just realized something funny and I have a shirt in my lap to show you. But another thing that I can tell just from like afar with you is you start to walk like this, like
Like,
your spine somehow like throws you.
it's a back spasm.
It's the back spasms. And I always joke that you look like a zombie walking. Like I'm
Is that
like,
when
oh
people run away when I'm walking down the street?
yeah,
They're like,
which is what inspired this shirt, which is Multiple Sclerosis Zombie Squad.
awesome.
Yeah, give me your healthy brains,
Brains. I
which
love
was
that.
inspired by your zombie walk and the droopy.
Awesome. I love it. Hey, we all seek inspiration from different places.
Yes, you are my inspiration.
I'm your muse.
Yes, in the funniest way possible.
Wow, that is so silly. Yeah, so okay, so the fatigue is now, is the fatigue worse with me compared to how I was with the Ocrevus and the Kesimpta, or on the same plane?
It felt very similar, honestly. That's why I was saying like like your crap gaps for Kesimpta and Ocrevus, they looked very similar.
Okay,
That's why I thought it was a crap gap for you. I'm like,
I could see that.
this was like lining up in ways where I was like, oh, maybe it's this whole in between the medicine dosage sort of crap gap thing. Because it looked just so familiar. Like,
Interesting.
yeah.
Okay.
Combined with you biking too hard and trying to be a hero.
And I'm not trying to be a hero, but the thing is like I think I'm trying to prove to myself that I'm not as bad as I am when I'm on my bike because my bike has always been the way for me to like gauge how I'm doing.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And like, I don't want to accept the fact that I am more impaired.
Uh,
And it is a huge mental
yeah.
battle. Like, I'm like, I get on there and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. And I'm not doing fine. But, I have to ask you, is my fatigue worse? Well, now I can look at the metrics on my biking and I go, oh, yeah, it's definitely a lot worse than it was before I started.
You're data driven. And I appreciate that because I don't want to be the only data source because, obviously I'm a human and I have bias and, like all of that stuff. So I'm glad that you have a data source that you're collecting on that. So I don't have to be the one to break the news to you.
Yeah, I'm definitely starting when I
Like,
when I when I line graph it. I am
yeah,
definitely seeing, and we could say it's MS, we could say it's the
yeah,
drugs, or it could be that I'm just getting older, right?
right.
I'm
Or
I'm
all
not,
of the above.
yeah.
Right.
I'm not going to go out and bike 100 miles like I did when I was 30 pre-diagnosis, and that was really dumb because I pushed myself really hard on that. But I really had MS, and I had all the symptoms, but we
Yeah.
didn't know it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was really dumb. So if I get 5, 10, 15 miles out of this at a very mild pace, great. Okay,
Yeah.
let's move on. Fatigue. Okay. Oh, and the last one here, and this was only reported in 3% of the patient population. And
Okay.
this is the patient population reporting it, is not actually in the study. It's a patient study, not in the clinical study. Hair loss. How do you say I'm doing? Hmm?
Let me see if there's any patches. Well, nope.
Just a big one on
I
the top.
Yep. That's some bad news for you. You're bald.
Ah! That's your fault.
You.
15 years ago, you came to me and said, dude, you need to shave your head. That thing on your head looks like a dead cat that flees. And I'm like, okay, we're
Yeah.
going to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were hanging on to that little bit of hair you had.
I was hoping
Yeah.
that someday we could be friends again with the hair, but
Hmm.
it just
Well,
didn't work out.
well, I would say that you are not affected by any more hair loss.
Okay. Okay. So
Although, wait, hold on. Let me look at your beard. Because remember when you were on Ocrevus or something, like you had weird patches on your face.
I still have that. Like, when I
Yeah.
don't shave, I have a ton of hair over here and over here. And there's people that say it's because of the side I sleep on. And
Okay.
I do sleep on this side a little more than this side, and so that I have a little more hair here because of blood circulation.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's related or not, but I will say that the weird hair growth on my face started right around when I started
Yeah.
Ocrevus.
Uh-huh.
Because I usually, up until that point, I mean, I'm gonna say it. Some of your friends said I look damn sexy with
Yeah.
12 o'clock shagging.
Who are those friends trying to hit on my husband?
I'm just saying. And he was a nice guy. Um, but yeah, so
Yeah.
I don't do it anymore because it's kind of blotchy. But again, age, probably. Drugs, maybe. Causation,
Yeah.
who knows, right? Um, so there we go, hair loss. And when you look at the Reddit forums for people talking about considering Mavenclad, a lot of them are like, a lot of them are female, and they're like,
Yeah.
well, what about the hair loss? And what about the hair loss? So it is a big concern, and I get
Of
it.
course. Yeah. I mean, a woman losing her hair, that's a big deal.
Yeah, and in this specific instance, from what I read and what I found, is it looks more like alopecia than it does like a chemo hair loss, which is
Right.
more
So a chunk.
a chunk.
Yeah.
It chunks instead of
That's
like,
tough.
and if you're concerned about that, talk to your doctor. Again, it's a very, very, very small percentage of
Right.
people because I think these drugs are very short term and it'll come
Right.
back quickly. Now, I had a friend that did HSTC,
What's
moving
that?
stem cell therapy.
Oh, the stem
I
cell
might be saying
stuff.
that wrong,
Yeah.
but anyway, they did the full chemo regimen on her to wipe her out completely before they did it. And she lost all of her hair. She looked great.
Yeah.
And she got her hair back pretty quickly. But my understanding is that this is nowhere near that. And most people will never even notice it.
You probably like comb your hair over the chunk or
Are you
something.
saying I should do a comb over?
Please
She's
no.
saying I should do a comb over. Comment below if you want to see me with a comb over. Because it's
Please
going to be
no.
beautiful. It's
Nobody
like a
wants to see.
tidal wave of sexy.
Oh my God. This episode has gone.
It's gone way off the rails. Anyway, it's because we're feeling good today, right?
Yes, finally.
Yesterday
Finally.
you were exhausted. We were not doing well.
Yeah.
We thought we need to do an episode where we're
Yeah.
talking today because it's been a
Mm-hmm.
while since we've updated in terms of like a real episode because we've just been exhausted with what could have been dealing with
Yeah.
Mavenclad, maybe not, just dealing with MS. Who knows? But
Yeah.
anyway, you mentioned the next episode, which I thought was a really good topic. You want to tell them about that? Because if you haven't subscribed, please do. The next one is going to be a banger, good one. If it could be a lot of laughs, but it will be educational because I think
Yeah.
it's something we've all dealt with, or maybe it won't be laughs at all. Maybe it'll be really sad. I don't know. That'll be the
It
interesting
could
part.
be a whole like
Be the gamut.
yeah, it could be a whole thing. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about like the top 5 to 10 reasons why your friends and family don't totally understand you with MS, like people with MS. Um, Spoiler alert. I mean, we also as people with MS don't totally understand ourselves either. So yes, but there's lots of really cool research out there, but there's also just, what we've experienced and just living with MS and me observing you living with MS and being a part of that journey. It's so interesting. Everybody's reactions are so different.
Do you think in that episode we might be able to do some research and figure out how people respond to people that don't understand living with MS?
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely going to be a part of it. It's all about why they don't understand, why they have certain reactions, and we're human,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah.
yeah, we're human, and I am very interested in human behavior and human psychology and like all of that stuff too. So we're gonna sort of weave that all in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the next episode. Thank you so much, everybody in the community, for continuing to leave all those great comments and sharing the videos. Uh, this has just been a lot of fun.
It has been.
And you see me wake up in the morning. I'm like, I got an idea for a topic we can talk
Yeah.
about today that I know a lot of people are going to respond to, and we can have a conversation with them. You probably noticed that I respond to pretty much every comment left.
Hmm.
I do read them all. Um, I try to respond to as many as I can, not just as like a duty, but because we have information to share,
Yeah, and you don't feel alone.
and I
This
don't
is
feel alone. We don't
giving
feel
us
alone.
purpose and yeah,
Yeah.
spreading awareness.
So
So,
thank you so much for that stuff. Let's let these people go back to living their
okay.
lives. I'm Cliff. This is Life with a Mess.
I'm Andrea, and I do not like MS.
I love it. We'll talk to you soon. Over and out.